Russia is sending a calibrated message to the West at year's end. Dialogue with Washington is still possible, Moscow says, but escalation will be met with force. And Europe is warned it may be stepping dangerously close to a direct conflict with Russia. Moscow says the newly updated US national security strategy does not rule out dialogue with Russia. But the Kremlin makes one thing clear: words on paper are meaningless without action.
As far as theory is concerned, some of the ideas set forth in this strategy are not at odds with efforts to promote dialogue between Russia and the United States. That said, we will make our final decisions only by looking at what the US administration does on the international stage.
Lavrov's remarks place the burden squarely on Washington. Russia signals it will judge the United States not by declarations, but by concrete steps, especially as the US claims it is moving away from a unipolar world order while still clashing with Europe. But it is Europe that receives Moscow's sharpest warning. Any European-led military contingents deployed to Ukraine, Russia says, would be treated as legitimate military targets.
We have said many times that in this case our armed forces would view them as a legitimate target.
Lavrov accuses European leaders of recklessness, saying their plans ignore both Ukrainian lives and their own citizens' safety. As talk grows of a so-called coalition of the willing, Moscow raises the cost of direct involvement to an immediate military confrontation. Russia insists it does not seek war, but repeats its strongest deterrence message. Any attack on Russian territory will be met with a devastating response.
However, should anyone consider attacking Russia, they would face a devastating blow.
The message from Moscow is unmistakable. Dialogue remains conditional. Red lines are firm. And Europe, not Washington, may be the first to test them.